My name is Stefan, and this is Greiner Walks, our new interview series. I'm meeting with colleagues from around the world, and today I'm in the Austrian Alps with Axel. We are going to talk about sleepless nights and how it is to be a CEO. This is Greiner Walks, what makes you move?
Home is where I lay my head and where the family is. It's so nice to be here and to live here.
Does that mean Austria forever?
Never say never, but there's no plan to go back.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that I had a plan to become a CEO. Back in school, I had hairs like this. I was listening to heavy metal music. For me, as a leader, it is important to inspire people, to go in one direction, and it should be something good that we are headed to.
So this place is actually no coincidence. You bring other managers, you bring your teams here, right?
Yeah, I believe that you need the right environment to be creative and to be open and to be frank. Like this, we walk and then we take a look at the mountains and we're impressed. Then you have time to think and then you take another way to approach it. And that works for both normally. The tougher and the rougher times get, you need to talk more.
You have different roles, and in all those roles you have responsibilities. You're a father, so you have a responsibility for a family. You're the CEO, you have a responsibility for a company. How does that feel? Did that change over time?
Of course, I mean, if you're responsible for like 11,500 people, it's not just 11,500, it includes their families as well. If I wouldn't like to take responsibility, I wouldn't have chosen this job.
Looking at this beautiful lake, as a company, we obviously face the problem of marine littering. Is that an inspiration?
It's beautiful nature, but it are more the moments, and I will never forget that when we had a group executive meeting in India. The littering there was crazy to see. And of course, we need to be aware that we see our products there, in the sea and in rivers, and of course, yeah, that's more or less, I would say, what is difficult.
Thanks here. We're gonna move on.
You're gonna move on?
This way.
Let's do this.
What is the one thing that you look at if you're in contact with a person? Is there anything special?
I always try to take people as a person and not as an function. That's a basic rule. And I believe that if you don't have fun just dealing with people, you should never get into management. So sometimes I lie awake at night and then I think about things.
So you were saying there are sleepless nights.
But it helps me because I seem to be creative in that situation.
How does the family Kühner work?
The family works very much through my wife.
So the boss at home is not Axel?
Definitely, yes, that's the case. So she is running a tight ship at home, of course.
Yeah.
And that's great.
You moved from Germany here, and I mean you travel a lot. I mean, there's probably times when you're hardly at home.
Actually, before the pandemic, I have never been at home during week on the evenings. But on the weekend, it's different. So then of course, I take time for the family, and yeah. So this is how it works. But and this is why this pandemic also had different experiences for us as a family, because we started watching TV series. So we've never had that before.
You were at home?
Yeah, of course. Like, yeah. So
was there confusion?
Yeah, of course. They needed to get used to it.
What advice would you give young people, I don't know, stepping into their first job?
I think what is important is that you keep open-minded. You need to change all the time. So the environment changes, targets will change, situations will change. You could have an idea how you will move forward, but you should be open to change your plan.
Anything else will follow.
Anything else will follow, and I think that is important for everyone to embrace change, and we should prepare our children at a very young age. It's good to have change.
If you had one wish for the future,
then it's, of course, we need to preserve this planet for the next generation.
Axel, thank you so much for being part of this. I enjoyed this so much.
So did I. Anytime again, Stefan.